with this background that none of them has sufficient knowledge about the broad-based government, let them table that issue.
On the table.
There are those who support, they will persuade others. There are those like Sifuna who don't see much, they will try to persuade others. Finally, as a family, they will arrive at some consensus, some agreement. The people who are in a hurry to take over ODM, they know in the absence of Raila, Orengo is a man to steer ODM. But they will not hear anything like that. Because they know Orengo will live through to the struggle, to the fight. It is also quite possible that Oburu is genuine. But if Oburu were genuine, he would then know that being an educated person, perception is everything. And the perception here is that he's usurping power, he's taking it by force. He wants this to remain a family thing.
Great to have you on Richard Mwenja exclusive new month, November, the year of our Lord. And I'm here with Prof in all white. Prof, good to see you. Happy new month.
Happy new month.
Christmas is lacking by.
Well, for you people, yes. Yes.
All right, fantastic, Prof. Well, so much has happened over the weekend, but I would want us to narrow down to an exclusive interview Dr. Oburu Odinga, ODM party leader, had with NTV Nation Media Group. And not just that, also sentiments from SG Edwin Sifuna regarding the future of the party. One thing in common from the two is that they want to build their party and still field a presidential candidate come 2027. And seemingly they are playing hardball for President Ruto, sort of complicating his 2027 game plans. But then again, from these two gentlemen, do you think doom could be coming the way of President Ruto in the sense that he has to tote the rules of ODM and not really by his rules?
No, well, ODM is a political party. Let them do their thing. Let Ruto do his thing. How would doom come Ruto's way just because Sifuna and Oburu are doing their thing in ODM? Let each side do their thing. Yeah,
it makes sense. But then again, Prof, the concern from Edwin Sifuna is that there are ODM members who are already talking about coming to talk about the by-elections that are just looming by. It's going to be a case of broad-based candidates being at the ballot paper. Something that does not agree. It talks about these are ODM candidates. We don't have such an arrangement. Do you think this further complicates this unholy or holy political union?
You know, I said, and I did a video which titled, to be, no, I think the question I posed was to be
or not to be.
And what I meant was, unless and until ODM addresses the question of to be or not to be in the broad-based government, they will continue running like headless chicken in circles at the very best. They have to address that issue. To be or not to be in the broad-based government. Because basically the truth be told, this was a Raila issue, not an ODM issue. So if they begin from there, they will not get it wrong. That this was a Raila issue. So long as Raila was driving it, he knew the genesis, how it began, the implications of everything, how he was pushed into this deal, or how he entered the deal, how far he was going to go, how deep the deal was, how far it could go. It was a Raila thing. In the absence of Raila, ODM has to sit down and accept that in the absence of Raila, we have to put the matter on the table. Because there are those who believe they should work with Ruto. There are those who believe, no, this was a Raila issue, let us look at it afresh. There are those who believe nothing but follow their stomachs. Where there's a possibility of putting millions in their pockets, they will go there. So, but all these forces, let them sit together as a family, the ODM family, and say, this was a Baba deal. And Baba was guiding us. Baba has gone to be with his maker, with our maker. We are left behind with this. To be or not to be in the broad-based question. That is a question ODM will have to answer. The sooner for them, the better. Skirting around and trying to be clever and, cornish, cowardly, and that will not work. They will continue breaking the party. They will continue fighting among themselves. Suspicions will be there. And then finally, it will not be good for the party. The best thing for ODM, and I challenge ODM, accept that it was Raila who was driving this broad-based arrangement. I know Baba. You know I know Baba.
True.
And I know Baba has his ways of working, or had his own ways of working. I will tell you this. I want a politician to stand up and challenge me. Any of them have been around Raila, I've seen it. How many of these people could have a one-on-one with Raila Odinga? Let them say. They are there. Mother was the running mate. Kalonzo was the running mate. Mudavadi was the running mate. Vice, whatever, deputy captain. All these people, I'm mentioning the big ones. You can imagine the smaller ones who are saying, Baba told me, Baba this. Yeah. Let them, one of them come and tell me, Manyora, you are wrong. Raila and I used to have one-on-one on these matters. Hakuna hata moja tuambiane ukwe. So Raila had his own way of doing these things. He would rarely, look, before somebody jumps up and says I'm wrong, when Raila said ODM was not ODM, NASA, was not going to participate in the re-election after the nullification of the election. An election that follows is called what? It's not a runoff, it's a rerun or something.
Rerun, yeah.
Another election.
True.
After nullification. The one that must happen in 60 days.
Yeah.
When Raila said, when he made that announcement, were they not watching like us?
They were.
Si Mudavadi alikuwa anaona kwa TV Raila akisema we are not participating in this election.
Mere spectators.
Including Kalonzo.
True.
The running mate. So I don't even need anybody to come and say, Manyora, you are right. It is true. And therefore, let us not, let nobody lie to us. This was Raila driven. In the absence of Raila, let nobody come and pretend to say they knew what Raila was up to. How far this thing was going to go. How deep it was. How far it started. What are the forces that led Raila into this thing? Apart from what he openly talked about, the government would go the army way. What are the factors? What are the forces? Who are the players? If there was a push, where was it coming from? How did Raila finally end up with Ruto? None of them know. I want one to come and tell me I know. None of them know. Even when you are now roped in like in a Junet and Al Hassan Jogo and the rest, you are coming in at some stage.
Abdul Somad.
You may even think you know.
Yeah.
But I know this game. You don't even know anything. And therefore, in any case, even people who would know will be like Junet Mohammed or Ali Hassan Joho or Makau Mutua. But you see, are they the ones who are the far front of saying Raila said to back in Naruto? Sina kina Gladys Wanga.
True.
Hakuna siku Gladys Wanga anakaa na Raila wakiongea mambo ya siasa ya Raila. Raila ana opening up to her.
Come on, bro. Really?
Nothing, but I know ODM and I know these players. I've been with them, I know.
Is that why you're saying?
Mina kaa tu mbali na mimi naona. I have seen even, let me say, I have seen people seated somewhere, like Serena Hotel, and the press is being called. Major announcements.
Yeah.
People just take tea. Manyora is there. People are just taking tea. Raila is seated there. Everybody taking tea, mandazi and njugu kidogo. Nduma imekaushwa. Crisps ya nduma. Then Dennis Onango comes and say the press is ready kwa kiwanja.
Let's head out.
So everybody goes down to Raila and anatoa statement. Dennis anampatia hivi kusoma. They don't know what's in that statement. And they have been with him for an hour or two, taking tea. They don't know what Raila is going. They are hearing for the first time. Everybody is hearing. That's what Raila is saying. Let nobody lie to me. They ever had a one-on-one conversation with Raila Odinga about broad-based.
Does that inform the side chat I had with you today morning?
Even handshake with Uhuru. There is not a single person who can lie to me. labda kijana mkono Junet. Hakuna mtu anajua handshake ilianzia wapi, ilikuwa inaenda wapi, safari gani ilikuwa inaenda. Hakuna. So before you ask your question,
True.
I must rest my case.
Yeah.
I learned like this. With this background that none of them has sufficient knowledge about the broad-based government, let them table that issue.
On the table.
There are those who support, they will persuade others. There are those like Sifuna who don't see much, they will try to persuade others. Finally, as a family, they will arrive at some consensus, some agreement, whether by consensus, by voting, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Those who may be so aggrieved, so uncomfortable, they will either live with it or walk out.
Take it or leave it.
Yeah. But after exhausting nothing under the table, everything
on the table,
and nothing off limit, wagonganie kwa hiyo room, wapige meza, watukanane, wafanye nini, waongee mpaka wa arrive at some conclusion, waseme we shall be in broad based up to next election, or we are in and we shall support Ruto, or we have nothing to do with broad based. If they don't do it, the party will break into pieces.
Before we talk about the party breaking into pieces and how close that could be, we had this conversation with you earlier on our side chat, and you're talking about how the usurpers within ODM, or just the Railas, political institutions, are mourning the loudest. But you're talking about people like James Orengo sitting back, but those have the best interest of Baba's legacy at heart. Do you still hold the same view?
It happens everywhere in the world. When a great man dies, a man who has led a struggle, those who bury him, those who get close to him, are the people who oppressed. The people he was fighting all his life are the ones who take center stage and they elbow out everybody else. If you look at Raila's burial, how it took place, all the way from Nyayo, the service, the entire viewing arrangement,
True.
and the burial ceremony in Bondo, from the university grounds, Jost, to Kango Kajaramogi. The people who are given opportunities to mourn, the people who took center stage, the people who mourned the loudest, the people who talked on top of their voices.
Baba told me.
All these people are never close to Raila. But it's a long journey. A long journey like this, you have all sorts of people in the journey. So they have their own space. But surely, is it really possible? Is it feasible that you could bury Raila without Gitobu Manyara? Surely, saying a word. Is it really? Where are the Wafula bouquets?
Koigo Amwere.
Yeah. Those are the people who should have been allowed to put their hand on Raila's coffin like this and say, comrade, you fought a good journey. Go well. But those ones were elbowed out.
Manyora was reduced to a mere spectator.
Yeah, me, I'm nothing.
You are locked in Nairobi, and I was wondering why.
Me, I'm nothing. I'm nobody. But really, even I should have, even just, hata nikaribie tu nione kaburi ya Raila. But the people who are there, people who have always stood against change in this country. Raila lived his journey, his life fighting for change, for humanized democracy and good governance, for the development of this country. The people who are pushing in the opposite direction are the ones who are there. The ones who monopolized his burial. The ones who mourned loudest. But inside people like us, tears, in and out. There are those like me, and I'm not alone, who locked themselves somewhere and cried, shed really tears for Raila Odinga. And I'm not alone. When they remembered what this man stood for, the sacrifices he made, what we enjoy today that is cutters of his war, his blood and sweat, the cost at which it came for Raila Odinga and the family. There are those like me who could only lock themselves in a room, not once, not twice, and cry. But those who are perhaps even happy that the person they vilified has at least left, they are the ones who are there.
Reminds me, I was talking to an MP the other day and he was telling me, Richard, I've stayed behind in Bondo for 2 weeks. Your boss Manyora, nowhere in the picture. Yeah. Raila was his close friend. Yeah. Why haven't you visited him?
It's difficult. They make it difficult for those who love a man to be there and bury him. They are all over. They fill all the space. All the space is filled by those ones, the pretenders, shedding crocodile tears. Inside, inward, they are very happy. But those who are hurting inside and outside have no space to mourn their hero. It happens like that.
Are those the same people you were telling me the other day on our program that such caliber of people are going to use the party to try to strike deals?
Yes.
And not really to champion for
there are those who are quickly seeing now this as an opportunity now to get more power in ODM, in the region, in Nyanza or where else. There are those who are seeing this as an opportunity to tell Ruto, look here, just relax. Rest assured, we shall give you Nyanza, we shall give you, ODM is going to be yours. Na wakimaliza kuongea, hopefully watatoka wakiwa sawasawa. It's how life works. Life can be so unfair. Life can be so unfair. That a man works so hard, and those who reap the benefits, those who reap dividends from the struggle and sweat of a man, are those least deserving. That's how it is.
So for those who've put their blood, flesh and tears in this struggle with Raila Odinga, and case in point, Gitobu Manyara, or even now, James Orengo, who is still firmly under ODM, do you think there's something he can do just to make sure he tries to curtail the situations from getting worse when it comes to the future of ODM?
Pardon?
If you're talking about people who had the best interest for ODM at heart and Raila, people like James Orengo.
Yes.
Now, amidst all this chaos within ODM and people talking from different sides, do you think Orengo has something that he can do to further unite the party, much as he's not the party leader, but at least maybe his nuggets of wisdom could go ahead to
one thing I know about Orengo, he has always been available for the party and for Raila Odinga. He has been available to the party, to Raila Odinga. Whenever his services are required, Orengo has been always the man to go to. And he has done so without complaint, without feeling fatigued. In fact, there are times I have felt Orengo is being overworked. Because he's the man they go to during time of crisis. And he's always there for them. And I want to believe that if his counsel is sought, Orengo will not abandon Raila in death. I believe Orengo will not abandon ODM. But you see, are these the sort of people who can seek counsel?
Even
and for Orengo is not a young boy. Even the history which is there now, Orengo has chapters. His contribution is there. And he may not find it fit or even necessary to wage war against the Oburus, the Gladys Wangas. He may not.
Even in the face of open provocation?
as a man, you get to a point, you are tired. Yeah. You get tired. You get fatigued. The years take their toll on you. And he may find it's not a worthy fight. But if they sought his counsel, I'm sure Orengo will be there to help. The people who are in a hurry to take over ODM, they know in the absence of Raila, Orengo is a man to steer ODM. But they would not hear anything like that. Because they know Orengo will live true to the struggle, to the fight. Orengo will mind Raila's legacy. Orengo will protect ODM from predators and other pretenders. They know it. And they cannot give him a chance. I don't know, because maybe to answer your question,
sure,
it can get to a struggle. This thing can go to a fight. Orengo may choose to take sides. You know, again, once you are a soldier, even if you have hung your boots, sometimes you can go for your rusty gun like Okonko.
Yeah.
And things fall apart.
Yeah.
Which,
rusty gun.
which was the cause of his problem when he was banished for 7 years. You see, if they continue like this, either the party will just die, split, or there will be a fight. If there is a fight, Orengo could take sides in that fight. My gut feeling is that in such a fight, the Orengo side would win.
The Orengo side would win.
Why? It will be the side that has been in struggles. The side that has known what struggle and pain and sacrifice is. But above all, the Orengo side will be the side with the brains.
The Sifunas will be in that camp?
Yes, that will be the side that has the people who can think through a situation and see things. The other side are blinded by lust and the greed for power and money. They have no time to use their brains. They will not engage their brains in pursuit of power, raw power, and money. The moment you open up yourself to be obsessed with money and power, your brains take a backseat. Just look around. Anybody whose preoccupation is money and power, raw power, the brains take a backseat. So this side will be using brains. This other side will be led by the greed for money and power. You can guess who will win the war.
The brains always wins.
Yeah, the brains will always win.
It makes sense. Yeah. Prof, if history is to bear with, as witness, and I mean, this is an open fact that Raila used to leverage on the power and the strength of young politicians within ODM to even champion for democracy and ideals he believed in. And during that exclusive interview with Oburu Odinga, he affirmed the place of Sifuna and Babu Wino in the party and actually commended what they are doing. Even talking about when Edwin Sifuna speaks, he's speaking on behalf of the party, the ideals of the party. And Babu Wino has not troubled anyone within ODM. If he has issues, sort them out. But he's a deserving child of ODM. So then, have you been convinced that seemingly Raila could have just been the hardware, but the software was Oburu Odinga if you look at the nuggets of wisdom, even post-Raila? You
see, it depends on how you look at what Oburu. First of all, that has offended people like Robert Alai and other hardliners.
Sure.
They think Oburu will spoil the party by succumbing to people like Sifuna and Babu Wino. But you have to understand, look at it much more critically. Maybe Oburu is saying that to gain acceptability.
Okay.
You could be doing that so that they confirm him. You soften Sifuna and Babu Wino and the rest, the hardliners. They think you are a good person. Then call NDC, confirm him.
Okay.
That could be his strategy. Okay? To contain them by appearing to be weak. Amenable to their thinking. Somebody they can work with. It's an all-age tactic which dictators use. At the right time, they humble themselves. You open the door, they come in, then the proverbial camel starts knocking everything out until the owner of the tent is home. Is away. Is out of the tent. Yeah. That could be it. But, you know, Oburu is also a highly intelligent person. He's highly educated, you know that. I also do know that Raila quite often sought counsel from Oburu Odinga. That I know for a fact.
Raw counsel?
Yeah. I also know for a fact that Raila would find it very difficult to ignore what Oburu has said. I know it for a fact. Yeah. I know Raila had a lot of respect, actually tremendous respect for Oburu Odinga. And I don't think just because he's his elder brother. It must have been he respected his counsel. So it is also quite possible that Oburu is genuine. But if Oburu were genuine, he would then know that being an educated person, perception is everything. And the perception here is that he's usurping power, he's taking it by force. He wants this to remain a family thing. So how he will deal with that is a big problem. He knows people will not see him taking over because he's capable. He might have to borrow from Cuba, Fidel Castro and roll.
Yeah.
You know, he might have to find out how to convince people he took not because he was Raila's brother and that the thing had remained in Jaramogi's family, but he took it because he was capable.
A man worth his salt.
That is not easy. So he has his work cut out for him.
Well, there you have it. That has been our conversation with Professor Herman Manyora, discussing matters to do with ODM party, their fight towards the future, and also the impact of their fallen hero, Raila Odinga. We get to do this again tomorrow evening with Professor Herman Manyora. Stay tuned to the channel, subscribe, like, comment, and share with your friends. More importantly, send us your feedback so that we can use that to inform our subsequent editions.